Now, during the EU-ASEAN Commemorative Summit, the EU and its member states, in a Team Europe approach, announced the mobilization of 10 billion euros as part of Global Gateway to accelerate infrastructure investments in ASEAN countries. The EU has been on a diplomatic push to galvanize a global front against Moscow, as its invasion has sent economic and political shockwaves around the world. Now, investments will focus on energy, transport, digitalization, education, and promote trade and sustainable value chains. They will also support Southeast Asia's transition to a green economy, better access to essential services, and economic opportunities and jobs. Let's listen in.
Gentlemen, we had an excellent summit today with our ASEAN partners. Quite a special summit too, indeed, because it marks 45 years of relations between us, and it's a perfect occasion just to open a new chapter in our partnership. We are what you just said and called strategic partners. What stand behind this term is the reality of two regions that have so much in common, despite being a world apart. We are the two most successful regional integration projects in the world. We share the same unyielding commitment to multilateralism and the international rule of law. That means the same rules for all, whether big or small, and we both want to relegate the notion of spheres of influence to the past, where it belongs. The European Union pleads for closer cooperation between the EU and the ASEAN partners. Russia has unleashed its war of aggression against Ukraine. War has returned to the European continent, and it is clear that this is not solely a European problem, but the world is feeling the brutal shockwaves of this war on food prices, on energy security. And all this is a stark reminder that today, in this world of interdependencies, there is no such thing as a European problem or an Asian problem either. All the challenges we face today are of global nature and therefore affect all of us. You, ASEAN, know what is at stake, and therefore we are very grateful that you have signed the Treaty of Amity and Cooperation with Ukraine. We very much welcome that. The more acute global challenges are, the stronger our partnership must be. And today, we indeed discussed several strands of work to reinforce this partnership. The first one is energy. We want together to accelerate with our partners the clean energy revolution. So today we launched a Just Energy Transition Partnership with Vietnam, for example, similar to the one we have with Indonesia. And we have also decided to start an EU-ASEAN new energy dialogue, because we all know renewable energy is not only good for our climate, but it is also homegrown and therefore creates independence and security of supply. Second point is trade. A lot has been said on trade. We want to trade more with each other. We already are each other's third largest trading partners. Our free trade agreements with Vietnam and Singapore are delivering. That's impressive. So the European Union wants to conclude more such agreements with ASEAN countries, and our ultimate goal would be to negotiate a region-to-region free trade agreement. And my third and last point is on infrastructure. Because our energy and trade cooperation will only reach its full potential if it is underpinned by the right infrastructure. Today, Team Europe put forward a 10 billion euros investment package under Global Gateway. We have behind us over 4 decades of partnership, and we will continue championing peace, stability, and prosperity together. Thank you very much.
While Europe pressed for a tougher response to Russia, another global giant, figured prominently at the summit. Chinese claims over the South China Sea have set it against some neighbors and sparked fears in Europe over trade flows through the key global thoroughfare. But China remains the biggest trade partner for ASEAN, and many in the region are wary of distancing themselves from their giant neighbor. The EU is keen to pitch itself as a reliable partner for Southeast Asia's dynamic economies. Amid the growing rivalry between Beijing and Washington, the EU and ASEAN are each other's third largest trading partner, and Europe sees the region as a key source for raw materials and wants to increase access to its booming markets.